Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison from Think, Be, Do Leadership. Well, it's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Is it? Oh my goodness, where did the week go? Okay, so today I want to discuss this subject of help. I will never be able to exit my business if something doesn't change, if I don't have people that can step up and take my place. Apologies for the sore throat, talking too much, I think. What we're going to talk about today was born out of a really lovely conversation I just had with a very nice man, lovely gentleman, who I have known previously, done some work with previously a little bit, and we just reconnected on LinkedIn, and we were just chatting about my program, which is called the Leaders Launchpad, which is about growing you in your business, growing your leaders in your business, and therefore growing your business. And the reason why we were talking is because he was talking about in 3 years' time, he wants to exit the business or be able to exit the business, let's say, or step back in some way. And we were laughing because he said, well, hold on a second, there's another person who's a senior person in the business who is also going to be leaving around that same time. And therefore, wait a second, if we've got two people that want to leave the business and we want the business to keep going and not to fall apart and the whole will fall off when we leave, what we want is to have the leadership of the business to grow and bring that leadership through, either from people within the business, which is lovely if that's the case, or we bring people into the business, depending on, but whatever and whichever. If you want to grow people in your business and you think, well, actually, Bob is a great person, let's say, and actually I can see technically he's fantastic, but we need to change some things for him to be the leader that he needs to be, then we're going to do it now before we wait for 3 years and then we say, I want to retire or I want to exit, and I can't because there's nobody there to take my place. And this happens so often that if you are looking to replace yourself, that you look at it and think, well, actually, who can do that at the moment? Who is ready to be able to do that? And that's what I want to talk about today. So if you are here, Katie's here. Hello, Katie, again. Nice to see you. If you're here live, then say hello. If you're watching on replay, just put #replay so I know, and I will make sure that I try to respond to your comments as they come. And so what I'm talking about is, as you grow your business, so you might have, normally I work with businesses between sort of 10 and 50 people. And as you're growing this business, you may have people in there that are technically brilliant at what they do. And in fact, this may be you as well in the business. It may be that you are the boss, but you're technically brilliant at what you do and you're trying to step away from that. But that actually, because you didn't, or they didn't, go to school or to university to study how to be more strategic and how to be the leader they need to be, because they or you were focusing on those technical skills, say it was in IT or something like that, say that's what you focus on, that's you're brilliant. But the problem is that the way in which maybe you communicate, or the way in which that you're focusing down in the weeds of the business, that means that person, whoever it is in the business, is going to struggle to be able to have the impact and influence that they want as a leader if they don't do something different or learn something different and change that about what they've got in their arsenal of things they can use, because technical skills aren't just enough. They're brilliant, brilliant for somebody who just wants to stay where they are doing the thing that they do and being technically capable. That's fantastic, that's perfect, yeah. But even those people may have to have the influence and impact that to speak to clients or to develop business or to in some way grow the business. And therefore we need to bring in this understanding of, how do I show up in the business? How can I be the leader I need to be? How can I be more strategic? Because if you don't, what's going to happen is every time you try and leave, you're going to still have to steer the business. And so therefore you're still the one who's kind of like parenting the business, because you're the only one who knows what to do and why you want to do it. And so what you need to do is you need to be able to bring those people on so that their vision and their view of the business is something completely different, and that they understand the vision for the business, and they understand how that relates to what people do on a daily basis. They can articulate it, and they can be of the kind of person that will drive capability, will be able to articulate that, and will be able to grow a team of people to perform in the same way that you're creating that performance now, and even better maybe. So if you are growing and you want to grow, and you want that, and you want to step back a little bit, or you need to if your business is growing, or you want to exit your business and you're thinking, but I'm still going to be doing everything if I'm not careful when I can't leave, then you need to do something inside the business first. You need to pick out the people. And today it was really interesting, actually, because Richard and I were talking, and he was like, hold on a second, I've got two people in mind here. And those two people, their specific issues were interesting, similar, but different. But a lot about understanding that the way in which they show up, having that strategic view, being able to bring people with them, communicating better, and all those kind of skills. So you need to pick the people that you think are amazing, but need that help to go to the next level. Once you've picked them, what we need to do is we need to look at, well, what's their genius? What's the zone of genius? What do we want them to do? What's the gap between where we need them to be, where they are and where they need to be? And then we need to give them something that does not overwhelm them, by the way, does not make them feel like they are having to do loads and loads of work and go to loads of lessons and study and write essays. Who would want to? I know some people might want to do that, but in my world, I never want to do that. I've done that, been there. Don't want to try that again. What we need to do with these people is, whilst they're in these roles, is help them to change the way they think, the way they behave, and what they do, and the way they interact with you, other people, for the purpose of this business. And then that they can implement these understandings and these things in a practical and doable way without giving them more work to do, because they're still working in your business. Yeah, they're still growing. They don't want more work. What they want is to be able to apply this in the business. Okay, and that's what we do on the Leaders Launchpad. That's what we do to grow people, is that we do it online in a way that people can apply without having to write all their essays, without having to do loads and loads of work, because that's just not going to happen in your business. And so by the time you want to leave your business, or you want to be able to just step back a little bit, then you are going to be able to do that because they have grown alongside your vision. Yeah. And if you don't want to leave, but your business is growing, then you're going to have to do it anyway, because you're going to need more people to step up in leadership positions, because you can't do everything. Yeah. You know that, don't you? Anyway, even if you struggle with it. You know you shouldn't be doing everything, but maybe you do. But then actually, that's a really good point, because if you are still finding that you're doing too much, then it's going to be even harder for you to step out of that business if you want to. So we'll fix that one as well. So we need to look at how you show up in the business as well. So if that has made you think about whether or not you'll be able to exit, whether you'll be able to step back from this business, and if you're going to grow, then whether or not that's actually going to be feasible, the word is, I think, feasible, because you are still doing too much, then think about this. Who do you need to grow in your business? And if you need to grow them, how are you going to do it? And if that is something that you would like to do and you'd like to have a conversation, then let's talk. Okay. In the meantime, if you want to join our Facebook group, Quiet Leaders with Impact, then please feel free. I will stick it in fact, I'll do that now before I forget. Should have copied it, but never mind. There you go. If you're not in the group already, then please feel free, because I'll share all these as well. Or you can go on my YouTube channel if you want to and look at what Katie, I think you already did the other day, and told me that there was like 1 million videos of there. And I looked the other day and I thought, oh, I've done a lot. So if you want more information on how to get people to show up as a leader, or if that's you or your members of your team, please feel free to have a look at those too. And if you want some help implementing and you want some help to get those people to step up, then give me a shout. Okay, have a wonderful day. And I am now off to go and eat something quickly, because I haven't had anything to eat yet. So lunchtime, everybody, take care.